Hi, I'm Stizzl, your resident insane Silksong enjoyer and theorizer, and today we will analyze about 10 seconds of Silksong footage for way too long. Obviously, this video will include spoilers, so be warned. The footage was shared as a surprisingly huge part of Xbox unveiling their new handheld thingy, so that is why the footage looks a bit off here and there, but we will make it work. Scene 1. We start mid-jump here with Hornet vaulting over these 3 enemies, all of which seem to be from the same species, but the last one being a bit bigger, with 2 more eyes and with a different color scheme, hinting towards it being a grown-up version of the 2 on the left. I'm gonna call them Skelediers. We also got another look at these pole thingies here in the background that I think might be the pilgrim signs or territorial markings or something like that. And we also see what I think is a different version of the drill tool here, which we have already seen before, alongside the white thing that is Hornet's Gosama storm attack thingy that Hornet already had as a boss in Hollow Knight, and that we've already seen in Silksong as well. Moving to scene 2, we now stay in the same region but move towards a different place within it. This is even from the same recording session, as the HUD is the same as well. This is not the last time we will notice this. What do you notice here the most though? Is it the lava in the background? Because let me tell you, this is not lava. I think that below us is the entrance to a whole new area, or at least a little sub-area, as shown by these red crystals here. This means that all of these things in the background here are also red crystals, and not lava from the deep docks. I think that there are 2 different possibilities to what this means. Either down below here is a whole new area, one that we have not seen in any Silksong footage before, or down below awaits a room or 2 that hold an optional secret, like a tool for example. Maybe we get one of those crystals and utilize it as a weapon or something, and that is why these few rooms have some environmental changes to them. Either way, these crystals are of course always interesting from a lore perspective as well. Every crystal and the like always has the possibility of harboring an innate power, or being of ancient origin, or being worth a lot to a certain society. So if you have any ideas what these crystals could be, or if you can connect it to anything already, then let me know in the comments, because I have no idea. We then see the exact same scene in scene 3 as in scene 1, something that if I, let's say, edited something for marketing purposes, would never do, but okay. At least it only happens once, right? Now seeing these side by side, take a look at how badly cropped and edited it is, since it cuts off different points of the screen each time. But at least this time we get a better look at this extremely exaggerated kick from the Skeledier, which I think looks amazing. Now there's actually a cut to a different scene here, there's just a bit away seemingly, where we attack one of the deers. But the deer also seems to attack and damage this ant right here with its attack. Now enemies being able to hit each other would be a new thing entirely to the Hollow Knight series, and we do see the very same kind of deer not hitting his children with the attack. So maybe ants and deers are in an active territorial skirmish while we move through Farloom, which could lead to some fun emergent gameplay and cool interactions and the like. The deer, by the way, killed the ants and has no chill, following Hornet by jumping and maybe getting ready to beat up the ant on the far right side as well. Who knows? Either way, I'm a big fan of these creatures already. Moving on, we see the buttons of this handheld for a few seconds, which is not very interesting because it's not Silksong. They've put such a focus on Silksong during this reveal. If they really meant it, then one of these buttons should have been a dedicated Silksong startup button. Just saying. We then see in the next scene a still from Silksong, which I believe we see in motion just a bit later during the last scene of this footage. We then see another shot focusing on the console, which makes sense. But that leads us to not seeing anything really because it is so blurry. But I can already tell that this once again is the same area and same recording session as before in the Skeledier area. It then shows this still, which is from the very first room of the game, as we see in this screenshot comparison here. Moving towards a different area, the clock tower. I love seeing more about it finally. We see Hornet doing a double jump and then doing some platforming upwards, kind of reminiscent of a Path of Pain light version, with all the soul-like things in the way. By the way, we see a better version of the HUD later in the footage, so wait for that. Then we move back towards the red crystal scene here and get a second of footage from before the jump, which gives us a better look at these bird-like creatures and a better look at the crystals beneath us before the blue rogue transition consumes the screen. We then get another great angle here, which is likely just the same scene as here but from a worse angle. Now we move to the best part based on the visuals, because here we got all the scenes shown totally clear and without perspective shenanigans. And the first thing we see here is the deer kick scene we have already seen twice before. God be damned, like, why would you ever show the exact same scene 3 times? That's so odd to me. Like, obviously you could have done better there, Xbox. But there's more that's actually interesting. The next scene shows a straight continuation from the platforming from before, but the real interesting thing here is found when looking at the HUD. Here are 2 tools we have seen before and this clockwork design we have seen before on the Japanese store page for Silksong, but this here is odd. This is not a tool that can be used up. It is also not a special attack because those are white. So what is it? I don't really know, but there's a second thing like this in the next scene, which is also the last scene of the Xbox showcase footage. I reckon that both of these belong to the same category of things, but I'm not sure if these two are necessarily connected apart from that, but they're likely not tools or attacks. This one screams Deep Docks and Forest of Bones to me because it looks like a bunch of magma being contained within an alloy or metal or something like that, and the other one to me looks less immediately reminiscent of something, but it does look empty or broken. If you have an idea what this could be, let me know because I'm a bit stumped, and I swear it is not because it is 1:29 AM as I'm writing this and 2:05 as I'm recording this. Moving on to the full screen of the last scene, this is actually my favorite of the whole showcase. The closed off sides hint towards this being a combat room of sorts, and we meet 2 new enemies, both of which attack us with ranged projectiles. This is also when this still comes back into play, as I believe that this was taken in this very room. Back to the projectiles. One of them seems to be thrown or shot like an arrow, and the other seems to be spat at Hornet. The room itself showcases some odd structures or corpses in the back, and some odd maggots on the floor that remind me of the most attractive character from Hollow Knight. If you know, you know. That's, I think, a perfect way to end it off. That's everything, folks. Before I go, I also do want to mention that during the showcases this week and every showcase in the past really, the chats have been incredibly toxic, with a lot of people spamming for Silksong. I don't think that that's gonna change at all, but I just wanted to say that it still sucks and I don't like it. We are taking so much attention away from other games that would deserve a stage, take away from real people working their butts off to show us their projects, and I think we should not do that and we should respect their work instead. We can still be excited about Silksong without ruining it for everyone else. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'm so tired, but really want to get this done today. Please subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, and join my Patreon for $1 if you further want to support me doing my silly little shenanigans and want to be in the credits like my 3 wonderful patrons right here. My name is Stizzl, this has been a ton of fun, and I will see you soon. Take care.